All right, so for number 14, it says calculate um, the work output, the net work output of the heat engine following the path ABCDA. ABCDA in the figure below. This is actually easier than it looks, but you just got to use your brain a little bit because it's not. It's well, you'll when I explain it, you'll go, "Oh, that makes perfect sense." But then you'll also were like, "Why didn't I think of that?" So remember that the work is the area inside here, right? That's what we're trying to figure out is the area inside here. That's the net work that's being done, okay? And so then how do I calculate that? Well, remember that your work is equal to the area. All right. So this is a little complicated, but not, I don't know, not really. It looks for the most part like, so we could approximate this. There's a couple of ways you could do this. One is you could actually just do the formula, because you really have two triangles when you think about it, right? You have this triangle here, right? And so if you want, you could think of this distance from here to here as the altitude height, and then this could be like the base. And then if you drop this down here, you got kind of got the same thing, the altitude height times the base, okay? So that's the area. So remember that the formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. And we've got two triangles, so we're going to try. All right, I'm going to try to do this. So the first thing I'm going to do, we'll see if I get the right answer. Let's pick a color. All right, so I'm going to do this little triangle first. So I'm going to say 0.5 times the base, which will be A to D, which it looks like D is at 1 and A is at 2.6. So that's about 1.6 times 10 to the 6th, right? So that's the base. And then my height would just be from here to here, which is from, do we have a measurement on this? Is this 1? Well, I think it's 3, right? So we go, it doesn't matter, because if this is 1, then this is probably 4, I'm guessing. So that the difference between those two is 3. So that's going to be multiplied by 3, and then that's times 10 to the third. 10 to the third. Negative 3, sorry, my bad. And then that's going to be added to 0.5. Oops, let me do a different color. Let's do green. Now I've got to find the area of this triangle here. So that's going to be 0.5 times, I don't like the way my 5 looks. What the heck is going on? So from B to C is about 1.4, right? Because I've got 2 minus 0.6, so that would be 1.4 times 10 to the 6th times, I think the distance is the same here, that would be 3 times 10 to the negative 3, right? So all the stuff in green is finding the area of this triangle. All the stuff in purple is finding the area for this triangle. And then we're going to add those up. So let me do that. So we're going to get my handy dandy calculator out. We'll do Desmos. So I'm going to say 0.5, whoops, 0.5, why isn't that doing it? 0.5 times 1.6 times 10 raised to the 6th. Let me double check that. 3 times 3 times 10 to the negative 3, and we'll hit a plus symbol. Now remember, order of operations will automatically add, or multiply all this stuff out first. Then I have 0.5, so I don't have to worry about it too much as long as I type everything, as long as I type it incorrectly, type it into the computer correctly. So raised to the 6th times 3 times 10 to the negative 3. All right, so I think I've got everything correct. Let me just double check. 1.4, 1.6. So I think that's right. Yeah, that's the right answer. So it's 4,500 joules. And that's it. So what's hard about that is just this little component right here. We have to know that work is the area. Now normally you could use calculus to do this, and there'd be a function for the upper boundary and the lower boundary, but you don't need to know calculus for that because you know geometry. And so that's the final answer.